Hey guys, the Firedragon here, and welcome back to Locked Heart. It has been a very long time because school. But now, school is done. I graduated high school. Yeah, I did. I'm just gonna go on a quick thing here, and I'm like, it's really been 4 years of high school, and now I'm done. That's just kind of crazy for me. But now for now that it's summer, I have some more time to make videos, and I'm gonna try to make as many as possible over the summer. Knowing me, though, I'll probably get distracted at some point, but I'm going to try my very best here. So, whenever this video comes up, I don't even know. I am very backed in the videos, but I know we left off, this one. I think this... I don't remember where we left off. It is a very bad thing. I should go check where we left off to make sure I'm in the right spot. Be right back. Yep, I did in fact leave off here, so... I flinched, insulted by his lacking gratitude, because I just sewed him. Hey, it's the best I could do! Shaking his head, Papa Bear snorted and began fussing with his arm. I should have let Soul fix me up instead. I remember his voice because I distinctly made him a very gravelly, graspy voice in my throat. I think I remember the other voices. I'm just trying to adjust my microphone. There we go. Oh yeah, I can remember Royal's voice. I think for Soul's it was just my voice with lower. Don't remember Dion's. Anyways, I opened my mouth to retort another look at his arm and closed it. His voice was mean, but he wasn't wrong. I tried my best, but it was obvious I didn't know what I was doing. I'm sorry, okay? I hope Soul could fix my mistakes. He probably can, because he can make dresses. He can sew. After enough silence had passed, I tried to change the topic. Does it hurt? The burn, I mean. Turning from the mirror, Papa Bear gave me a complicated look. It was unsettling how overwhelmed by emotion in one instant, then void of emotion in then another. We're toys. Its pain is irrelevant to us now. My observation earlier had been correct, though I doubted being harmed was pleasant, even if he couldn't feel the pain. Papa Bear's tone of choice words left me uncomfortable, as though there was a lot he wasn't saying aloud. Thank you for saving me. Even though it really wasn't necessary. I added that last bit of a whisper of teasing in my voice. Unfortunately, his expression remained grim and unsettling. You really have to rub it in. I didn't do it for you. Then who did you do it for? Not meaning to upset him, I opened my mouth to apologize, but he shook his head and sighed. I'm just tired of seeing people die in front of me. Ooh, what backstory do you have? Tell me your backstory. A strange silence hung in the air following his words. Even though everyone in the mansion thought this... I can't read. Even though everyone in this mansion thought this wall was dangerous, it was still hard to imagine to be deadly. When I thought about it, my chest tightened. I couldn't imagine what it was like for them to live this way. Lost in my thoughts, I almost missed what Royal murmured next. Why do I always have to be the one who's left behind? What's your backstory? I must find out your backstory. When I looked at him again, Royal was standing close to the mirror and had his paw resting upon the glass. Though he was a toy bear, there was genuine sadness beating through his fuzzy exterior. Never had it been clearer to me that these toys were once human. Before I could say his name, Royal looked up and glared at me through the mirror. Anyway, when the time comes and you actually decide to die, do it when I'm not around. Well, I'm on your route, so that's not going to happen, mister. Whatever emotions I might have seen on Royal were immediately buried. I wanted to ask him so many questions, but the look in his eyes convinced me to save them for now. And here I thought you were finally going to be nice to me. Huh. If I'm being nice to you, then the world's going to end. Ah, yes, you are so grumpy, and I really want to think you're tsundere, but I'm not sure yet. I'm just saying you're grumpy and possibly tsundere. I may be wrong. I don't know. Giving one final scoff, Royal strode off from the room. Bah, you just kind of went whoop. The way he touched his arm, and as he suggested, he was off to see Soul. Though I hadn't known him for more than a day, I sensed the gentle heart beneath his gruff exterior. Why does he try so hard to distance himself from the others then? He probably is tsundere the more I think about it. These tsunderes, are cold and kind of rude on the outside, but on the inside, they love you. Or is that kuderes? I don't know, I'm forgetting my deres. Anyways, only after I had been left alone for a while did it dawn on me that I was trapped in this mansion. I glanced about the room I had been given. It was an elegant living space, and it seemed like a dream compared to what I had once had back home. However, a fancy room didn't negate the fact that I was now involved in a 7-year curse that I didn't know how to break. And there's a picture. Blocked hot. If anyone saw me right now, they'd probably think I was a wall fixture. All I seemed capable of doing was staring out the window with the energy of, without the energy or inclination to do anything else. I can't read. Oh my gosh, what is it? So, there were some technical difficulties. I recorded something, and then it crashed after some point, which is the previous stuff you heard, and I revived that previous stuff before the crash. I recorded again, and it crashed. I recorded, I think, one more time, and there was 11 minutes I recorded, but I forgot to switch my mic to my headset mic, so the audio was terrible. And then I tried recording once more, and it crashed. So I just got distracted. I recorded all that previous stuff at 6. It's now midnight. We're going to continue this at midnight. Thank you guys for dealing with these technical stuff, even though you're just watching this video. Thanks. Okay. We're finally back. It's like 12:30. Where was I? Where were we? I think. Yeah, here we are. Okay. I have 11 minutes to get through to get back to where I was. Okay. It was all done since Royal had tried to save me 2 days ago. I knew I needed to make the best of a bad situation, yet the disappointment and sadness kept me rooted and by the window. I finally had a chance to bring my dreams to life. Perhaps it was a bit dramatic, but then I imagined another funeral for my hopes and dreams. Wow, what a downer. I really hope I'm recording with the right microphone. If I'm not, then I'm sad. I will be back. I've really got to stop being so paranoid if I'm recording right or not, but anyways. The coffin was fancy and beautiful flowers were scattered everywhere. I'm really going into this whole funeral for my dreams thing. That's really a bit much. Though, the thought started off silly. A funeral for hopes and dreams is pretty silly. But soon my eyes stung with tears and I started to sob. That face. Suddenly the door erupted with a series of furious knocks. Will you shut up? How long are you planning to lock yourself in there? Leave me alone. My command went unheeded to the rapping as the rapping continued. I thought he'd given up if I ignored him, but when that seemed incorrect, I trudged towards the door. Oh, that's loud. Whew. Opening it revealed Royal with a venomous look on his face. Striking the tears from my face, I glared back at him. Can't you just let me drown in despair? I just lost my future 2 days ago. And we've lost ours 7 years ago. Baka! Call you Baka. Call myself Baka, technically. His clipped retort froze me in place, guilt flowing over me. Compared to the life of the deluxe mansion had been cursed with, my working in a kitchen in Glendale seemed weightless. By glancing at Royal's arm, I remembered what happened 2 nights ago. Sol had managed to salvage the limb, but the results of my poor stitching job were like a lingering wound. So what if when he becomes human, would he have like a scar on his arm then? It's a good question. We'll just have to find out. I felt stupid for being so selfish. I'm sorry. The glare softened from anger to annoyed. Royal nodded and changed the subject. Now, why don't you make yourself useful and help me with the cleaning? There was a broom resting against the wall, which he then took and handed to me. I accepted and motioned the task without another word. You're making our guest clean? I think this was Dion's voice, at least for his bear form, because when he's human, he doesn't really fit this voice. You're such a gentleman, Royal. Dion approached from the far end of the hall, clucking his tongue as he walked. That means he's going like that. He had a grin on his face. Royal turned to scowl on Dion. She should make herself useful instead of moping it up. Moping. Can't read. Moping it up. Why can't I read? Moping up here. Oh my God, he's blushing. Ah, so we have a maiden in need then. Would you like to play with me instead, milady? I'm sure we'd have lots of fun together. No. You just have to wait a whole nother route. You're last, okay? Last. His glare remained firm. Royal stepped in front of Dion as to keep us apart. Thank you. It didn't seem protective, more like he didn't want me to be stopped sweeping. Somehow your idea of playing sounds indecent. 'Cause he's the flirty guy. Dion wagged his paws in front of him and gestured to gesture innocence, but his budding smirk was teasing. My, you have such a dirty mind, dear Royal. Royal replied with a snort as he crossed his arms. He's already crossing his arms. If it's you, I can think of all the worst possibilities. Ouch, I'm hurt. Do you really think of me that way? I wonder. I didn't really think the situation was worth a verbal battle. Clutching the broom handle in my hands, I tried to reason with them. Guys, please don't fight. With the tilt of the head, Dion glanced at me. The surprise in his expression caught me off guard. His following smile was sweet and teasing. Ah, don't worry. This is normal for us. Shaking his head to the end of the topic, Dion turned towards the direction he had come from. Anyways, just come to find me if you want to play with someone, love. You just wait, okay? Be patient. Even though he had just insisted Royal that he was a meaning innocent, I couldn't help agreeing with the grumpy bear's interpretation. I forced a smile anyway. Sure. Do take care of our guest. Good care of our desk. Desk. Ah! Guest Royal. Bye. With a wave, Dion went on his way. Royal watched in a huffy silence until Dion rounded the corner and disappeared, then exhaled with a petulant sigh. How bothersome. How come Come now, Miss Maria won't be happy if she sees us slacking off in here. There was a note in his voice that suggested I obey. And thinking back to my first meeting with Miss Maria, I didn't dare argue with him because the cat plush punched me in the face. Ooh, this looks like a new room. New room. We ended ended up at the library, and boy, was it huge. It looks kinda huge, but what's the other half look like? Well, it seemed huge compared to the small room of books I was used to back at the village. I stood at the doorway in awe, wondering just how many books were housed in here. Must have stayed here for some time because Royal gave a deliberate cough before advancing towards the shelves. When I turned and looked at him, he glanced back at me. Then again, I was already getting used to his glares. Or was it glared? Yeah, he glared, not glanced. It seemed to be a trademark of his, so my day wouldn't have been complete without 1 or 10 of them. That's a lot. Though I should have started to clean, my attention stayed on Royal, my eyes watching him dust the shelves with the cloth he carried. His teddy bear form did not seem to hinder him as much as I thought it would. 7 years. They lived as toys for 7 years in a curse that's impossible to break. A wave of helplessness and regret washed over me. I couldn't stand the idea of them being trapped this way, but it wasn't as if I had the means to save the day either. Oh, you totally apparently don't know how to save the day. But I know, the all-powerful, masterful player behind the keyboard screen knows the secrets to the game! Anyways, how unfair. A curse without dictating the way to end it. I flinched as I pressed my hand to my mouth. I hadn't intended to say that out loud. When I looked up, Royal was staring at me, his eyes dulled and mouth pressed in a flat line. It's certainly unfair, but we had no choice but to live with it. His tone of voice struck me in the chest. It lacked the conviction as I thought it would. Though I suppose after 7 years, he'd given up on the idea of being saved. Poor baby, let me love you. Not as much as Soul, though. You see my background? There's Soul. That is my background. Because now that is a recording. This is that. That is this. I will love you second best, unless you do something to make me love you more. Still, I felt sad hearing it. Don't you ever wish to become human once again? Royal finally stopped wiping the shelves, but there was a strange stiffness in his little body. Though he spoke like nothing mattered to anyone anymore, his hesitation on my question suggested otherwise. Aw, his eyebrows look sad. Now I want to love you more. My wishes? Oh, my wishes? Are only for that person. Who could that person be? I wonder who it is. We'll probably find out in this playthrough. Not this episode, but eventually. This time, there was emotion in his voice. There was a soft and distant sadness to it, yet also a warmth that I hadn't heard him express in the few days I had been here. A twinge of envy hit me. There was a side of Royal that wasn't all thorns, and it wasn't directed at me. And that is... none of your business, girl. There it was again. The thorny, mean side Royal kept turning on me. Not that he seemed to show anyone else such much kindness, but it was tiring that to be snapped at all the time. I puffed my cheeks out in annoyance. Why are you so mean to me? I'm not. Yes, you are. Oh. Yeah, I actually said, yes, you are, Grumpy Bear. He gave a snort and gestured at the broom in my hands. The floors won't sweep themselves, you know. Scowling at him, I clenched my hands upon the broom handle and swung it haphazardly, sending clouds of dust flying in every direction. I knew it was terribly childish, but Royal was so frustrating. He coughed and waved his arms at the dust, scattering through the air. Do you even know how to clean? It's gonna kill my voice eventually doing that. No, I'm kidding. It's not. I like doing that voice with him. He's just still grumpy. He has to have this voice, because he's very grumpy, okay? I am cleaning, Mr. Grumpy Bear. That's what I call him. I slowed my temperamental sweeps after that, since I wasn't looking to actually create a mess. I was just frustrated. Royal was the gloomiest of them all, and for some reason it bothered me not knowing why he acted that way. Well, like I said, we'll find out. And not only could I prove it, but it seems like not that could I prove it, but it seems like Royal was meaner to me than everyone else. It just felt like my presence was an irritant to him. The way he glared at me, the edge in his voice, all of it seemed worse than how he treated the others. I knew it made sense logically. They were people he had lived with, even before the curse versus me, the outsider from only a few days ago. But it was still so unfair. A scuffle of movement broke through my reviver, whatever. I turned to see Royal standing in the middle of the shelf, trying to reach the one above. He was up on his tippy toes, and the shelves weren't evenly spaced and meant to accommodate taller books, so he couldn't reach the next one up as easily. He was cleaning and having a hard time, yet he refused to ask for my help. Seconds ticked on, in which Royal tried many different tactics, but he still struggled to wipe the shelf above him. Well. Oh my gosh, I forget the saves. Well, we'll save in 14. 14! Well, he doesn't like me, but I want to help him. Here, let me help. I snatched the rag from him. And the glare comes in 3, 2... As if in tune with my prediction, Royal's brow furrowed in a deep glare. I'm getting used to... Oh my god, her face is creepy. That is creepy. Look at that face. I'm getting used to that. I didn't ask for your help, girl. You didn't, but it's not like you asked for my help anyways. I don't need anyone's help. Yes, you do. You're so stubborn, see? Such a stubborn bear. Royal impatiently tapped his fluffy foot as he continued to glare directly at me. Give me back my rag, and then keep sweeping the floor. I bent down, balancing on my feet, until our eyes were level. No. There's that creepy face again. My immediate refusal caught in a flinch. I guess he did not expect me to continue being stubborn. What? It was obvious that you were having a hard time back there. I repeat, I don't need your help because I am a tsundere bear. Okay, that hurt one. I need something to drink eventually. Hoy. His snarl did not scare me off. I wasn't going to let him put distance between us. Sure you do. You're just too stubborn to ask, Mr. Tsundere Bear. It's not like asking for help would get you killed or something. No one would think it's a weakness. After Royal seemed subdued, I lifted my hand towards him as a peaceful offering. Now why don't you be a good bear and let Big Sister do her thing? Ow, that's... That made me, like, jump back. I was like... the biting down on my hand. Okay, I can't see me, of course. I'm in the darkness and stuff. But my right leg kind of went up in the air and my hands kind of flew back and I was like, wow! Dude! Royal bit down on my hand, extending without hesitation. Ow! Royal! The fact that a stuffed bear could leave such large teeth marks in my skin still surprised me. It hurt quite a bit too. Oh. I'm 19. That makes me older than you, baka. Oh. Well then. We have learned something new, that he is now 19, and my voice just doesn't fit him anymore, in my opinion. Because I really don't think a 19-year-old guy, whatever, is gonna have a voice like this forever. Well, I'll keep it as the bear. I'll figure something out for him as his human form. I rolled my eyes. It was hard to remember his age when he was so tiny. I forget what my age already was. Was I like 17, 16? All I know is I'm not 19. Fine. I forgot I have to respect my elders. Right, old man? Royal took the rag from my hand. Now start cleaning before I change my mind and make you clean the whole house by yourself. He is a grumpy 19-year-old teenager, almost adult. Fine. I picked up the broom without another word. I didn't think I'd ever get along with this grumpy bear. Well, we're on his route. See? We're on his route. So you got no choice in the matter. I think I'm going to leave it here as the sad music fades in. We're going to save it right here. Boop. Okay, let's hope everything's saved this time. Well, that was fun. Lots of fun. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys in whenever the next video is. Yeah, it's been a while though with my recordings, but now that I'm out of school, I can make videos again. Yeah! So I'll see you guys next time, okay? Oh boy, anything else I need to say? None that I can think of, but yeah. Thanks guys for watching. Check out social medias and that I have. I use them. Other videos. I got a lot of videos. That's all I got. Bye!